to another beautiful episode of One on One with Priscilla. I am Priscilla Rams. On today's episode, we have two veterans in the house. Yes, we have a Nollywood actor. We have another Nollywood actress. But first, we'll be talking with the actress. She will be telling us a lot of things we don't know about her field, Nollywood, and herself as well. But before I introduce my guests, we'll go for the short break. Let's pay some bills. And when we return, you meet my guest. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is One on One with Priscilla, and you know we always have a beautiful guest in the studio. She is a celebrity, a Nollywood icon. Welcome, Jaiye Kuti. Welcome to One on One.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's been a while. I know we've been on this call for quite a while.
I'm sorry about that.
I'm excited to have you on the show.
I'm happy to be here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So for those people that still don't know who Jaiye is, can we have a brief profile of yourself?
Okay. My name, once again, is Dr. Jaiye Kuti. I'm an actress, a filmmaker. I'm a businesswoman. I'm a wife, a mother. I'm your friend.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Will you shut up?
So you've been in the movie industry for quite a while now,
Yes.
and so many drama.
Yeah, I know.
So many drama.
I know.
Tell me, how have you been able to cope with acting in Nigeria?
Well, in Nigeria.
I have to put in Nigeria.
I know that, right? So far, so good. It's been wonderful. You know, first of all, I would say, because I have passion. You know, when you have passion for something, no matter how rough, bad, or challenges that are there, the passion keeps you going. And of course, you have told yourself to focus, don't get distracted, and all of that. And what you love doing, it's not easy for any situation to take away from you.
Right.
You will die doing it.
Right.
So I think my passion has really thrived in this Nigeria.
You're versatile in the Yoruba movie sector.
Yes.
The English, you started with the English. Why did you delve into Yoruba?
Yeah, when I was there, I have a lot of invitation, you know, from some directors in Yoruba movies telling me that, you'll be so good in Yoruba. What we see, we think it can sell here.
Right.
I think you forge ahead here, you grow higher, because so they keep calling me here and there. Muideen, my director, Kolade Kadesh, I remember then, they were like, you can also go, okay, you can combine the two.
Right.
You know, so I gave it a try, and I did the first movie, and it was like wow, and all of that. It's not that I love the English sector; I am still doing it, but you know, I feature more in Yoruba movies, and I love it.
So because there is this story I keep hearing about the Yoruba movie sector. They, would I say they do trade by barter? Because I heard, based on what I heard actually, I heard that they don't pay their artists. Like, you have to act my movie, then tomorrow I come act your movie. That's how they pay each other. How true is that?
Well, that's not true. From my own end,
Right.
that's not true. And from the time that I started this job, or this filming generally, I have never had to see anyone come to me and say that, do my movie, and I will not pay you, so when you want to do yours, then I'll come. I came into this industry to make a living for myself.
Right.
When I do a movie for free, then my children, my home goes hungry.
Right.
So I have no idea And then from where I was coming from, there are no mentality of work for free or that you work for me and it's a trade by barter. I don't do trade by barter. I have never done it. They say it, I hear it. I have never, nobody has ever discussed that
But
with me.
it's happening in the industry.
I have never seen it done. People say they do.
Right.
I think it used to be.
Right.
Because all the actors that I know, my colleagues and everything, all of them, when I'm doing any movie, they collect their money. None has ever approached me with the idea of, I'm going to help you, you help me later. What if I don't produce any movie? So whose loss is that? So I think it's a thing that used to be when, the industry has not really grown so much like this. But from when I came in, I don't think I've seen that in progress.
So what are the challenges the Yoruba movie sector are facing right now? Because we know a lot of English actors are coming in, they produce movies, and most of their movies are in the cinemas. But the Yorubas, theirs is just on YouTube. We hardly see their movies in the cinemas.
Actually, I've seen quite. Maybe you've not been visiting.
Right.
The
But it's not
cinemas.
like...
Yes, it's not so much like we see the
On the
English
rankings.
movie. Yes, the English language.
Right.
More it goes globally, more than the Yoruba movies. And for Yoruba, for people like us or me, when we want to do a movie that we think should go to the cinema, we want to do a movie that we think should go to the cinemas. We're talking about a total package, something, because we like to tell stories. Yoruba has a lot of stories, so we like to tell stories of how it should be, and or let me say, probably we're picking on a lifestyle that we really want to show people. Or let me rephrase that. We are trying to portray a particular life. Okay, sometimes at least I've seen that done. If you say it's not as much as the English movies that goes to the cinemas, yes, we're coming up and we're coming good. Once upon a time, it used to be American movies. When you go to cinemas, it's either you're watching Bollywood, Indian movie, or you're watching American Hollywood. And then gradually the English, sectors, they set in, and gradually Yorubas are coming. Okay, so it is a time, and at this time, I think we're doing it. Like I'm doing one, and it's for cinemas. Okay, we just don't want to tell a story to the cinemas. When we say the world should say something, we want to tell a good story. I've seen Ayla, I've seen Adeshi Kole, I've seen, some of our movies doing, well in the cinemas. The Yoruba
Sexual
movies.
harassment.
One day. They have come.
Have you ever experienced it?
I would
Ever
say,
since you moved into Nollywood?
No.
You've never experienced
I
it, but you know it
and I have
exists.
not, yes, it does. Okay, but I have never. Okay, I think I got lucky. Thank
Right.
God for that. I started this job after I got married. I started having my children while I am in the industry, and I don't know what happened. I have never have to face any sexual harassment.
But you're beautiful.
Yes,
Every
it
beautiful
could
lady
be
has
like
to go
you're
through
beautiful.
that.
When they make the move,
Right.
sexual harassment can actually even come from the woman. There's a way you harass a man that at the end of the day, you now get to say, he's assaulting me. He's a sexual harassment. Sometimes it comes from the woman too.
Right.
Because we have to be conscious of what we do, what we wear, and how we present ourselves. If you don't want to be embarrassed or be assaulted, you have to look like it. Okay? You can't just come on and with something and you just feel like I'm a girl, so I have the freedom to look the way I like, and you think the man will be. Men are not structured to just look. They are structured to feel when they see something naturally. I could look at a man naked and not feel anything. But how many men can look at a woman and just look away? It's not possible. It is fixed, like they will be freeze, and a lot of things will happen.
It's
That
not just
moment.
about what you wear, actually. Sometimes there are some people that just feel you are entitled to do it. Like they're entitled to have it.
Yes.
They are giving you something you need to pay back.
Then you should say no. You have the freedom to say no. I know a couple of people who have said no. You can say no, you can get the person reported. A lot of things. You see, sometimes I don't even understand.
So do you have a structure? Because
Yes, we have
if
a
it happens
structure.
and I want to report the person,
Yes,
what
we
do
have
I-
a structure.
what
We
do
have
I
a
do?
president.
How do I go about it?
Yes, we have presidents. We have governors. You know, we have principals here and there in the industry that you can report to. We have some producers.
So what
you
are
know.
the disciplinary, what do they do? How do they discipline the...
They call them
Corporate.
out. One, they call them out.
Right.
If there's anyone that needs to be punished, you know, more like stop them from working. Well, depending on how large you have committed your, you know, sexual harassment. So sometimes they take them totally out
But
of
I've
the
never
industry.
heard
That
or
they take
seen.
them out.
Yes.
You know, I don't want to mention names.
Right.
That will really be, that would not really be nice to mention like one or two that I can tell you.
Okay,
I'll
just
tell
give
you
us a
after.
hint.
No, I'm not going to, because once I say it, when I do the hint, you will know why they were banned from the industry. Sexual harassment was one of them. In fact, it was the top on the list for them.
Okay.
They were banned. Some have been
So they
sent to
can't
the. I know two. Yes, totally cast out.
They
Because
can't
it
even
was
produce a movie. for
They can
themselves.
what? No, they just feel because they're directors or producer,
Right.
and they just feel they're entitled. Like, if you have to be in my movie, we have to do something together, or I must have you for you to play a lead role, or you know, vice versa, like that.
Right.
So we've seen two examples. We have eliminated them, and some we gave them suspensions.
Mm.
So we deal with them. We do.
Interesting. I'm just hearing this for the first
Yes,
time.
we
but
do.
It's
We do,
good to
because
have
if
a
it happens
structure
to me,
like
I
that.
know where to report you. Okay? I know what I don't have to make. You know, social media, when you throw things out, there's a way they enlarge, magnify it, and turn it to some critical issues.
Right.
So that's why, well, some of those that are affected, you know, you don't want to make too much noise about it. Because once they hear it, it goes to, you know, escalate, and they start to talk. Every canary, everybody comes online to come and talk about it. So what you do is to report to the higher authority. And there's been discipline here and there.
The
I can
Yoruba
assure you.
movie, the Yoruba movie sector, because I don't want to use industry. You're
Yes.
all in one industry.
Yes.
The Yoruba movie sector, they're supposed to promote the culture of
Yes.
Yoruba, right? But I think recently they're almost like deviating. Want to start acting like the English sector.
Actually, you know, we have something that is called modern movies.
Right.
Okay, even in the Yoruba world, we have people that are mixed. That people like us, that when we speak Yoruba, we still put some few English in it. Okay, and when we're trying to play a certain movie that has to do with modern, probably you're educated, you know, we want to just showcase, you know, in few English that we put that this person is educated. I'm not trying to justify.
Right.
I'm still going somewhere. Okay, and because it's a Yoruba movie, I don't totally agree that we can have a bit of trying to be modern, because see, this life is changing every way and every time.
Right.
In every way.
So do you think the Yoruba culture?
No, we are not throwing away the
getting
culture.
modern. Do we have a modern Yoruba culture?
We have modern Yoruba culture, yes, and we have the typical one.
Wow.
So when you see a very typical one, you will see that this is Pombele, this is Yoruba as it is. But when we have to mix, we are allowed to mix. Like we're allowed to do 70% Yoruba, and 30% English. So when you're trying to be English, you cannot be Yoruba at the same time, you know. So, but we don't throw away our culture. Check it. I need you to give me one example. No matter what we do. You see, Yoruba people believe so much in their cultural heritage. And anywhere we go, we try to showcase it. We don't try to lose it. We keep it. We want to show that this is what we are. And it is all over in our movie. So when we're trying to just feature some part of the world, don't take us like we're throwing it away. We're not throwing it away. We have it.
What are the challenges you face? How many movies have you produced so far? Uncountable. So
I know I've done well over 20.
right.
I know I've done well over 20.
What are the challenges you face in producing a movie?
The challenges are a lot. Number one, if you don't have money, don't even talk about it. And sometimes it's very difficult to get a good script. Very difficult. Sometimes you just have an idea, or you have a lot of script, writers, but it's just difficult to get for them to get you there in the script writing, what you really actually want to sell in the movie. And getting to put a lot of things in place, like the houses we use, they want to get there by 8, leave their house by 9, and you're faced with so many insults, and you have to be like, you just have to accommodate it, take it, and that's why we're using more of service apartments. Unlike before, we just go to people to approach them to please let us use their houses or cars or anything. But now we have options, and we've been making use of that option. In fact, for me, I am so grateful. I just finished a movie, The Scat. All the houses I used was rented apartment. Imagine if I have to go to every individual.
You produced the movie?
Yes, I produced the movie. It will be out soon in the cinemas. Okay, so I am grateful that part of that challenge is just out of the way, because it was a great one for us. Because you must have money before you want to think of producing anyway. So that should not be a challenge. Okay, but getting to build houses, especially in places. But now we thank God.
Is there an issue between the English sector and the Yoruba sector? Because I notice, maybe it's me noticing things, but I think, is there an issue? Because a lot of people find it difficult switching over to English speaking acting, and some say you have to be Igbo before you have the privilege to act an English movie. How true is that?
I don't think you have to be Igbo, but there's always these tribal differences all over the world. Even when you are in a sector that is not the movie, there's this issue of tribal differences.
And that is one Nollywood.
Yes, it is one Nollywood. But even one Nollywood, we have our own ups and downs and differences.
Become an apartment owner with as little as 2.5 million naira in Ibeju-Lekki. Invest in own-to-rent apartments at Perfection Estate in Ibeju-Lekki. This is your own gateway to passive monthly rental income. Start making money while you sleep. The own-to-rent real estate investment opportunity is a product of innovation from the stable of Perfection Real Estate Group, and it's aimed at helping you create your own pathway to financial freedom with ease. For more information, please click the link below.
So what would you be doing if you were in acting?
If I were in acting, I'll be in the hospitality business and possibly cosmetics. I love everything that has to do with beauty and hospitality, because that's what my husband does, and I think it has eaten into me. And I really want to have 1 or 2 for myself as well. I'm doing it, and I'm building it up very soon.
How do you handle controversies when you hear your name mentioned in some rumors? How do you handle it?
The best way to
what are the controversies? What is the worst news you've ever heard about yourself?
The one that went on for some time was one with myself and Pasuma. I did a movie, Jaiye Kuti, and then we got married in the movie. And that time, the iPhone, the phone generally, Instagram was not really present then. Right. So somebody posted it on Facebook and said, "Happy married life, Jaiye married Pasuma." And then, before you know it, the world was actually calling me the next day to congratulate me on my wedding. It could be well done. No, why did you not call?
So how did your husband feel?
My husband will not feel anything. My husband has great understanding for this job. Wonderful. I've not seen the second man to that man. He's just number one all the time. Great understanding. So he saw the news himself. This is a man that knows I went to work and I came back home. And somebody said, Mappy married life. So some people believe the story. It looks so believable. And that was my movie, Chayola Munje. So we had to battle that, but I don't like to flaunt my family. Because of that news, I had to bring my husband out to celebrate one of our 19 years wedding anniversary. I did the 19th, I did the 20th, so that people will know that I've been married to one man in my life, and it's Mr. Jaiye Kuti. So I don't know. Some people say, yeah, I'm going for Paso. When they still see me tomorrow, after knowing the truth, as it's ever Akiba Wasi. So at the point, so what you can do to rumor is to ignore.
What's the worst thing you've ever experienced as a celebrity?
That's the
reacting to you.
That's about the only thing that I think was shocking, and then people will not drop it, and then it goes on and on and on and on. After that, I don't think I've had any issue.
What is your relationship with Iyabo?
Iyabo Juna might be our diva. She's my colleague, and these are people I've been with like way back when I came into the industry, the Yoruba industry. They were all there, and they gave me space. These are younger people who don't mind you coming from.
There was a story some time ago about when she had issues with her best friend, Omo Bridge or something.
Okay.
There was a story that was trending then, and that I guess that was the period your best friend was celebrating her birthday. So they said you were throwing a shade at her.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never in my life heard that. Ever. A shade. Even
So
the bridge,
both of you are cool.
No. You see, that's what I say, like rumor, I don't listen to it. I have no single passion for rumor. If you ask me a lot of things that are going on, even in the industry, both English or Yoruba, I will tell you I have no idea, and you will not believe me. I don't have the time. I've always loved Iyabo. I loved almost everybody. I've never fought. I've never had to fight with anyone. So when they say that throw something, that is what they want to see. And that is how they spend their life, seeing the things that are not real. And they are there. Lojo there. So, like you're saying it, I have no idea. I have no idea. Trust me.
You're a businesswoman, so what other business do you do aside from acting?
I'm into real estate, hospitality business, like I said, and I buy and sell, stuff like clothing, online. I do clothing online. I have a shop, an outfit that I rep. At the same time, I do online, to make some money, and the hospitality business, like every day, and real estate. Yeah.
So how do you balance it? How do you merge work, home, husband, children?
It has not been easy to manage home with work. In fact, it has been one of the greatest challenges that I have in my life. Having to leave my husband and the children, I feel guilty, but what can I do? But thank God for my mother. She has always been there. She's always home to help me out with the children. But, the fact that I'm not able to meet up with my husband's needs, thank God he's very understanding, but at the same time, I know, that
is it by any way related to the Kuti family?
No, it's not.
It's not.
No, it's
Wow,
not.
interesting. What is the worst experience you've ever had with a fan? Anywhere?
Darling,
With a fan?
the fan. Darling. No.
None.
If you know anyone, just tell me, maybe I'll tell you. But I can't remember because I don't think it was.
Like there was a time you went to Dumata.
Oh, those ones, if you want to talk about that one, okay, that's what you mean. If you want to talk about that one, they have torn my clothes. I met him severally. You go to the market, in fact, I had to stop going. That I have to send peers and friends, online buying, and at any time I enter into the market for activation, those mama, even the guys, the experience is always rough.
Wow.
Sometimes I enjoy it, and sometimes it can be very headache-like. But all the same, it's been beautiful. We want to be known, we are known. So those are what you pay for fame.
What are the advices you have for those people aspiring to come into movies? A lot of people think it's lucrative when they see you guys on Instagram, flaunting wealth, cars, houses. They just feel, maybe if I act 2 movies, I'll be able to get a car.
That has been very impossible for a lot of them that are in now. And we used to say it at the meetings or at any time that we have the opportunity to talk to one another. Okay, it looks lucrative, it looks like you can get there and start. When you hear the word action, you will know that you cannot do anything. You can only be patient. First, you must have that passion to come into it, you know, and not only passion, it is a spiritual job. This is something that people live with all their lives. Everybody is an entertainer. You wake up as one, you live for the rest of your life as one. So when you want to come into that industry, you know that you are in the middle of billions of people thinking the same way, acting the same way. So it's very spiritual. You have to be in the spirit. You have to be in that camp. It has to be in you, live in you. And you just have to know that you got it. Otherwise, it's a waste of time.
Lastly, before you go, I said that before. How do you feel bagging a doctorate?
It was wonderful. I got a call from, I went to University of Lagos and I was called, it was an honorary doctorate from Progress University, USA. And I was like, really? And they sent me why they have to do this, why I have to come. And that day was like, you look at it like, I can be here. I can achieve this. You see, in life, you just don't give up.
Right.
You don't give up on what you believe, what you know. You just keep going. Strive it. You'll get there. People are watching.
Thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you for coming to the show today. But before you go, we have a gift. Our major sponsor. I present this to you. Every guest that comes on the show goes back home with the gift.
Increase your network. Join our community. Real estate wealth builders. Isn't that wonderful? You see,
this is from Perfection Real Estate Group.
Perfection Real Estate. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you for adding this to our life, because I used to say it. Everyone has the right to become landlord and landladies. What are you waiting for? It is not until when you're rich that you can achieve a land or a home. You can start by talking to Perfection Real Estate Group. Talk to them. Let them know how you want to pay. It doesn't take forever. You can do it. You can do it for your children. Having a home. Actually, don't you.
Thank you. You buga for us before you go.
Oh, that?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
Buga. No,
hey, buga. The new buga.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
I
much.
hope you come some other time whenever we call.
Oh, call me.
Thank you. Until it's a wrap. No, it's not really a wrap. We have another segment of the show where a representative from Perfection Real Estate Group comes to talk about their new product. These guys always have new things up their sleeves. You don't want to miss it. We'll go for a short break. When we return, we get talking to our new guests. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Yes, this is the part you've been waiting for. A representative from our major sponsor, Perfection Real Estate, is in the building. And she's here to tell us what she has for us to pickle. This is Rosita Wakwe. I hope I didn't murder that name. So what do you have for us today?
Thank you for having me on the show.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me on the show. As you know, Perfection wanted to have something new and amazing for you. So for our viewers at home of people who will be watching this show, we have our work hard and play hard promo, which we just launched. So one, we are giving international trip, an all expense paid international trip to our subscribers.
Right.
Certain category.
Wow.
Yes.
International trip. Interesting.
We just got back sometime in April. The last one we had was in April. So we just got back. Yeah, you can do that.
Okay. Go ahead.
So another one again, we're giving a 5-star treat hotel. We're giving a gift voucher of up to 1 million naira.
Wow.
Come December 2022. So we want you to have an amazing December.
Interesting.
Imagine you going home with ₦1,000,000 shopping voucher. Tell me, are you going to finish that?
Hey, Jesus. I can't wait. Like,
But don't
wait,
forget.
do you have it? Do you have the voucher? Do you
Guarantee.
have it?
No, I can't give you now. You have to meet the T and C's. You know?
So what do I have to do? What do I
Okay,
have
first
to
you
do?
have to subscribe to our product, either the
Mhm.
land, the housing, or the investment. You know, like
How?
you say, you will have to subscribe to any of our product. When we say the land, the housing, or investment, to the tune of at least 10 million naira. 10 million naira.
Okay.
10 million.
So if I don't have 10 million
10
naira, how
well,
do
you
I?
could do less than 10 million naira, but when you do 10 million naira transaction volume, at least 10 million naira transaction volume,
Okay.
with a minimum deposit of 2 million naira, you qualify for the international trip, all expense paid.
Oh. So out of the 10 million, I can
And
deposit 2
above,
million.
please, 10 million naira and above.
Of course, but the list I can
Transaction
deposit
volume.
is 2 million.
That's the least you can make your deposit, but the transaction volume must be up to the tune of 10 million naira. Then we have a category of the 5-star hotel trade.
Mhm.
That one you can do less than 10 million naira as
Right.
well, with an initial deposit of 2 million naira to
Mm.
get a treat in the hotel 5 days. We give you 5 days all expense paid
Wow.
treat in a 5-star hotel here in Nigeria.
5
Here in
days.
Lagos. Yes.
Eat
Imagine-
anything.
Imagine sleeping in
Hi.
We had that sometime last year.
Yeah.
Last year. We
Interesting.
had to lodge them in a hotel.
So I just need to deposit 10 million naira or invest with 10 million naira
Yes, for either
before I
apartments,
qualify
Exactly.
for that.
for any of the, whether the gift voucher, whether the 5-star hotel treat, whether the either or the
Is
international
it instrumental? Can I do instrumental
No,
payment?
it's
Like
a
if
one-off.
I don't have
For instance, you pick the 2-bedroom apartment, which is going for 15.9 million naira outright payment. That the transaction volume already is above 10 million naira,
Right.
and you make an initial deposit of 2 million naira. It's a one-off initial deposit.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
for you to get something good, you also have to make sacrifices.
Right.
So it's a one-off deposit. You don't have to start splitting the deposit.
Mm-hmm. So I need to invest
Exactly.
before I can go. What part of the world are you taking us to?
The
Am
last
I
time-
going to be a part? Okay.
You
What
can
part of
also
the
be part of
world
it.
are you taking? What part of the world are you taking your investors to? Let me not put
Last time-
myself in because
You can be part of it now.
investing to take a trip to
Dubai, where Dubai.
Dubai.
is like, yes, the April edition.
I
was
thought
Dubai.
Bahamas. Okay.
Getting
Dubai.
there.
Okay.
So,
As you're investing, you're getting qualified, right?
exactly.
Immediately. Once
But
you
the
invest
trip
with
is
10
going
million
to be in
naira.
December.
Oh, okay. So all expense paid international trip to Dubai just because you're investing. Oh, ha!
You can imagine.
Are you serious
that,
right
you can
now?
Imagine that freebie.
Then
right?
1 million naira shopping voucher. That's
when you do it. When you
that's
if you pay outright,
Right.
let's say the 2-bedroom apartment is going for 15.9 million naira, and you make an outright payment of 15.9 million naira. You get the international trip, and you also get the gift voucher.
You just heard it all. So just all expense paid trip to Dubai, international shopping voucher, 1 million naira shopping voucher,
Yes,
and
for people who make 100% deposits.
100%
Gets
deposit
yes.
gets 1 million naira shopping
Gift
voucher.
voucher.
So and what else? The all expense,
The 5-star
the
hotel
5-star
hotel treat, but that's for another category.
perfection got you covered.
Exactly. And please, I always say, and I always love to
Right.
say this: no matter who you are, we got a real estate product for you. So
And now is a wrap on today's episode of 101 with Priscilla. I hope you heard from the horse's mouth. Invest and travel out of this country. International tour. Invest and win 1 million naira shopping voucher. Invest and also win. I'm even my Igbo dialect is even coming out because I heard money. Okay, it's a wrap on today's show of 101 with Priscilla. As I come your way again Do have a fabulous day. Bye, yeah.